So let us recall last time shloka, what we have done.
Hare Krishna, 8.8.20 and 8.8.21. Samudra Manthan Lila was the plan of the Lord to impart teachings. Devatas, Asuras, Rishis, living entities from all planetary systems are present there. Lakshmi Devi cites reasons why she is rejecting everybody. She does not stay where there is lust, anger, and greed, and also attachment to material things. Attachment should be to other. No, she does not stay where there is attachment other than Krishna. Whenever we go to the Lord, we should not go empty-handed. We must offer flowers, fruits, or tulsi leaves. An example is given of Sudama, how we offered chipped rice to Krishna in spite of his poverty-stricken situation. Lord rewarded him and his entire neighborhood with Vaikuntha planet. So one devotee can transform the entire neighborhood and make them devotees. Srila Prabhupada had just 40 rupees when he traveled to America. Later, the ISKCON movement has spread all over the world and now it is worth crores of rupees. Lakshmi flows where there is attachment to Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said material attraction. If you get it, then you get attachment and then you fall down. If you do not get it, then there's anger and still you fall down. So either way, there is a fall down for if you have material attraction. Lakshmi Devi is rejecting Brahmaji, Indra and Som because they cannot control their lust. Devatas also have some faults. There should be no complacency in performing seva or sadhana and we should be fixed and engrossed in devotional service, just like Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur did not get attracted to the prostitute. In fact, she became a devotee. 3 things that we should avoid is lust, anger, greed. 3 things that we should do is yagna, dan, tapa. Lust is counted by yagna, greed is counted by dan, anger is counted by tapa. Satisfying our senses is lust, satisfying Krishna's senses is love. Gopi's love for Krishna is unconditional and so Krishna says that he cannot repay this. Krishna reciprocates according to one's surrender, but he cannot reciprocate with the gopis because they are an epitome of love. Real love is Krishna Prem. Lakshmi Devi has rejected so far Durvasa Muni for his anger, Shukracharya because of his attachment to family, Brahmaji, Indra, Som because of their lust. Even Devatas were rejected. Jamadagni and Parshuram were also rejected because they had shown no compassion. Devatas were rejected because they are completely dependent on others. In material life, people have lust, anger, and greed. They do not do yajna, dan, and tapa, so Lakshmi leaves them even after struggling to get her. Devotees are always attached to Krishna and dependent on Krishna. So Lakshmi stays permanently with them. Sankirtan Yagna counters violence that we commit unknowingly in our day-to-day life. Lakshmi ji never stays in the house where there is no compassion for other living entities. The quality of tyag cannot become a reason for liberation. Example is given of Shivi Maharaj Dadichi. Lord is supreme and above all, fallible and infallible entities. All other living entities have some fault. So Lakshmi Devi chooses the Lord who is Uttam Purush, who is not comparable to anybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Purposefully, Lakshmi Devi is finding faults just to prove Matta Partaram Nanya Kinchidasti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvamidam Bhutam Sutre Manigana. Matta Partaram Nanya. There is nobody greater than me. And here Lakshmi only wants to prove one thing. Lord cannot be Dwamume. In Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter, Lord says that there are 2 types of living entity, fallible and infallible. Dwamume Purusho Loke, Shara Akshara Evacha. Shara Sarvani Bhutani. We are all Shara. Shara Sarvani Bhutani. Kutasto Akshara Uchyate. Those who are in the spiritual world or in the higher level, they are called Akshara Jiva. They do not fall. But Uttama Purushtava. Lord is Uttama Purush. What is he? He is not Purusha, but he is the topmost Purusha. Uttama Purushtavanya. Paramatme Tiyudahata. Yo Loko Triyam Avishya. Vibharti Abhyaya Ishwara. Yasmat Sharamati Ham Aksharad Apicho Uttama Atosmi Loke Vedecha Prathita Purushottama. That's why I am known as Purushottama. What I am known as? Purushottama. And that's why he cannot come in Devata category. He cannot come in any of the 84 lakh species. And that's why one of the shlokas in Gajendra, when he's praying, he says, Lord is not this, Lord is not that, Lord is not human, Lord is not, woman, Lord is not, Devata, Lord is not this. He negates everything. Neti, neti, neti. And that's why the conception of Nirakar comes. Because the Nirakar people say he's not this, he's not this, he's not this. He doesn't have hand, he doesn't have leg, he doesn't have. So why they are doing all that? To compare that he doesn't have like material things. But he has very, very beautiful spiritual. And that is what in this Leela, Lord is using Lakshmi Ji Swayambara to show that how he is separate from the Sura or Asura or Rishis or any Devatas. It cannot. Nobody is greater or nobody is even equal to the Lord. What to speak about greater? And that is what Lakshmi Devi is trying to prove for by comparing all the great people who had happened in the past. By then, she is trying to compare the greatness of them. So let's start. Read the 21st shloka. Paramshakti Mataji, you can read the 21st shloka. 2 lines we have done. The 3rd and the 4th line, let everybody read it together. Start from the first line, 21st. Dharma kvachita tatra bhuta savidam Tyaga kvachita tatra namuktikaram Viryam soasya ajaveka nishkritam Nadi Vidyo Dasanga. So here in this, the 3rd line and the 4th line, Virya na punsam. The word that is here is Viryam na punsam asti ajhavegam nishkritam. Means no release from the power of time. He may be having the Virya, but we have seen how powerful people, by the time everything is finished. And here, the powerful personality which Acharyas are mentioning over here, especially Sridhar Goswami Maharaj and Radha Maharaj in their lecture, they told here, Virya Napunsam, and they are giving the example of Kartika Virya Arjuna. Kartika Virya Arjuna. Kartika Virya Arjuna, he had 1,000 hands. And you may be knowing the dam which is built, Narmada Dam. How many years it took to build that dam? At least 10 years, 10, 15 years to build that dam, to stop the flow of water. Kartik Arjuna used to by playfully, उसको जब खेलने का मूड हो जाता था, तो बीच में बैठ जाता था और अपने हाथों से वेग को रोक लेता था. Of the Yamuna, that Narmada. And that is how, Ravana was upset. Ravana had camped near Narmada and he was playing over there. Who? Kartik with Arjuna. And he stopped the flow. So what happened? The water of the Narmada rised. And his camp went washed away with everything. So he got furious. Ravana, who is this person? How did he did this? And he went. And he was there. And what happened? He came for fight. And then he was playing. And then, he had to come. His father had to come to release him. Who? Pulasya Rishi had to come for negotiation. I might show those. So that powerful was Kartika Virya Arjuna. But in the due course of time, Parshuramji used his fathers then to kill Kartik Veer Arjuna. Kartik Veer Arjuna was killed by Parshuram. And you see the same thing happened with Banasur. Who? Kartik Veer Arjuna. He was one of the greatest king, Kartik Veer Arjuna. And you can see Banasur also. He had also had 500 hands. And he was playing, the Mridangas for Shivji. And he was telling that, Shivji, you have given me all this, but what is the use? Nobody wants to fight with me. Then Lord Shivji told, okay, now you have got Ahankar, this will lead to your fall down and you will get a proper. And Lord Krishna, with the family had came in that Usha, Leela had happened, Anirudusha. And how his whole hands were cut now. So what here, the word that is used is Viryam, power, not of any person. There may be no release from the power of time. By the time power, how much powerful you may be, but the time is more powerful. और समय सबको कितने बड़े बड़े पावरफुल दिग्गज हुए थे, लेकिन आज क्या है, समय में सब खो गए, बड़े बड़े राजा हुए थे, क्या हुआ, टाइम में सब भूल गए. So nobody is powerful than time. So here, Lakshmi Devi is trying to say, they may be powerful, but in the due course of time, all their power will vanish. But that is not the case for the Lord. And that's why Lord is always Navayovanam. What is it? Navayovanam. He's never, 16 साल से ज्यादा है. Even when the age is 125 years and he's there in the battlefield, Arjuna is having mustaches. But Lord, you see, he's young. It said Radharani is always around 14 years. And Lord Krishna is always around Navayovana. What is it? Navayovana. Kal doesn't affect the Lord. When Lord in Dwarka Leela, he was more than 100 years old. But he was looking similar to the children's. And that is the beauty. Lord, time will never affect Lord. And that is what here Lakshmi Devi is pointing out. That there may be many, many powerful people. But in due course of time, we have seen all these powerful people have vanished. And that's why she is rejecting all the powerful people in the Sabha. Because in due course of time, their power will vanish. Then the last one. Nahi vitayo guna sangha vivartita. Here, the Acharyas give example of Sanatan, the Sanat Kumars, the 4 Kumaras. They were also there. Why I am not marrying them? Because they have no attachment at all. What? Means how to deal materially they don't want only anything. Guna Sangha Vivartitu, completely free from the contamination. So how will they deal in a family life? How will they do not know to deal only. What? What they are trying to say over here, even though they may be great people and they had chosen to become like that, they had all the siddhis, they can become big anytime, but they have always chosen to remain in that stage. But here Acharya says that they were also there. So they say that such type of people are also rejected. We do not have how to deal materially, how to deal grahastha life. And that's why Naradji one time went in Dwarka just to see the 16,108 रानियों के साथ में भगवान रहते कैसे. It's a wonderful thing. And when Naradji went in the first, then what happened? Lord was doing it. All the activities of the household things were done in each and every house. And whenever Naradji went in whichever house, he was received as he just now came. अभी तो आए, अभी अरे इनके लिए बिठाओ, इनको चरण धो, अरे चरण धुला धुला के धो. 16,108 बार चरण धुलवाए. अरे बैठो बैठो, नाश्ता करो, इनको भोजन लाओ. Lord is doing something over here, something over there, something, and every time Lord is behaving. What? अरे नारद जी, how are you? अभी आए, अरे बैठो. So that is how Lord was behaving in 16,108 palaces. But this type of rishis and munis, and they do not have little bit of attachment of how to do worldly व्यवहार. Worldly व्यवहार उनके पास में है ही नहीं. But Lord can do, we know about one Leela that gopis wanted to cross the river, Yamuna river. So they went to the Lord. बोलते problem है, you have told to go to Durvasa, उनकी सेवा करनी है, is on that side you have ordered, but how to cross Yamuna? So बोला, go and tell Yamuna that if there is any brahmachari in this entire three world, it is Lord Krishna. क्या? अरे बाप रे, how is that possible? मैं रास्ता तो मिलेगा ही नहीं. But they went, they had complete faith, and they told Mata Yamuna, Lord has told that he is the greatest brahmachari, and Yamuna Mata immediately gave the way. And there, they went and served Durvasa and Chappan Bhog and everything. Durvasa, why he is called Durvasa? Because he eats only Durva in his life. He doesn't eat anything else. That much tapasvi, Durvasa Rishis. So when he ate everything, Durva, घास खाते, मतलब बहुत minimum खाते, एकदम उनका खाना है ही नहीं ऑलमोस्ट लाइक. तो यहाँ 56 भोग खा ली. And then what happened? They wanted to come back to Lord Krishna, and then they asked Durvasa how to cross. They said Yamuna, Durvasa ने Durva ही खाया. Means he has not eaten anything. How come we have now fed you everything? So then they came, and Yamuna Mata gave the way, and they came to the Lord. What is this Leela? You are the Akhanda Brahmachari, always with gopis, and he is saying that he has eaten everything. He says, I have not eaten anything. And Lord says, see, you are my part and parcels. What are you? And I am being supreme, you are my expansion. What are you? Are my swarupas. अभी जैसे मेरा हाथ है, तो मेरे हाथ को, ये मेरे हाथ को, if I am playing, there is no problem in it. मैं मेरे हाथ से अगर खेल रहा हूँ, so you are all my expansions. And that triguna bhav, bhoga ka bhav, that is never in the Lord. He is Swayam Atma Ananda Swarupa. That bhoga vritti is not there. And that's why Isha Vashya Idam Sarvam Yat Kinchit Jagatyam Jagata Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita Magrita Kasya Sridhana. This is the way one should live. That mentality should be there. That this is not mine, it is Lord, and for Lord's seva, I have to use it. With that mentality you are doing, then you will never get any karma bandhana. And that is what Lord is saying, that the bhoga vritti is not there. And you are my anshas. What? You are mine. And what about Durvasa? Durvasa, on the soul platform, he has not entered. Bodily platform, he may have taken it, but he didn't wanted anything for himself to eat. He is not interested in it. It is the offer that you are giving to him, and he has just accepted. What? But he is not. The mentality is not there of enjoying, that I want to enjoy that thing. It was never there. तो जब भी हम भगवान के लिए करते हैं वो अकर्म हो जाता. What is it? It doesn't come in the category of karma, and that's why there is no reaction. No reaction. And that is what we learn over here. So here, two examples are given. One is Kartikeya Arjuna, by showing that how powerful he may be, but in the due course of time, everything was vanished. And the year that there are such great tapasvi people, but they do not know how to deal. And that's why Mata says, I reject them. I reject them. Now take 22nd shloka. Who will read? Yes, Prabhu.
Vachirayur no hi shilamangala.
Vachirayur no hi shilamangala.
Vachitadapya sitana vedyamayusa.
Vachitadapya astina vedyamayusa. Yatro bhayam putra shasoki amangala.
Mangala kaschana kanchate hima.
Sumangala kasyana kansehima. Kash kvachit chir ayu no hi shila mangala. There are Markandeya Rishi. Here the example is of Markandeya Rishi. The first line refers to Markandeya Rishi. We know Markandeya Rishi. He is Chirayu. What is he? Chirayu. His Ayu is very cheap, but he doesn't have Sheela Mangalam. What is the meaning of Sheela Mangalam? Good behavior. Huh? How to behave. He may be, but how to behave in a family life. In a family life. They do not have that way of Markandeya Rishi. They cannot behave. And that's why I reject them. They may be long life, but how to live a family life, they do not know. Sheela, the Vyavar, is not there. And that's why I reject them. It's about Markandeya Rishi. The second line is Hiranyakashipu, about Kvachit tad apya asti na vedam ayusha. Hiranyakashipu and yatro bhayam kuta sa no so amangalam sumangala kachata na kutam. So please read one to one line. Prabhuji, one to line. Kvachita.
The shloka. Yeah.
Meaning.
Kvachita someone. Chirayu has a long duration of life. Na not. He indeed. Sheela mangalam, good behavior or auspiciousness. Kvachit someone. Tatapi, although possessing good behavior. Asti is. Na not. Vedyam Aisha, aware of duration of life. Yatra Ubhayam, if there are both behavior and auspicious. Putra, somewhere. Cha, also. So, that person. Api, although. Amangala, a little inauspicious in some other detail. Sumangala, auspicious in every respect. Kascha, someone. No, not. Kamshite, desire. I indeed. Mum, me.
Somebody has long life, somebody has good behavior. He tells about Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu, here Acharya says about Hiranyakashipu. He knew how to have, live a family life and how to behave with everybody. But he may be most powerful person, but then also he was destroyed by the Lord. Everything was destroyed. So that's why I reject that type of asura. Here she's speaking about the asuras also, and she's speaking about the devatas also, and she's speaking about the rishis. Because this Samudra Manthan, everybody is there. Asuras also there, devatas also there, and rishis also there. So she's pinpointing that there may be some asuras who are very, very, because of the asura qualities, they know how to behave, how to deal. But their ayu, I do not know how long they can live. But some people have ayu and behavior, but their Veshbhusha is very difficult. Then she points out to Shivji. But Uma, how to deal with Uma, she knows. He knows. Shivji knows how to deal. And he is ayu. But the Veshbhusha is क्या है? भस्म लगा के रखते हैं. क्या लगा के रखते हैं? सांप लगा के रखते हैं. दिगंबर रहते हैं अवस्था में, शमशान में रहते हैं. नहीं, दिगंबर अवस्था में रहते, राख लगा के रखते पूरे बॉडी में. मतलब कपड़े नहीं रहते वो, कम से कम. व्याघ्र चर्म पहनते थे. तो कम से कम कपड़े रहते हैं और भस्म ज्यादा लगा के रखते. वो भी कौन सी भस्म? शमशान की भस्म लगा के रखते. तो बोलते कि जो आने वाला होगा वो भी चले. So why she is doing all these things? Just to glorify the Lord. Just to glorify the Lord. The Lord is very beautiful. What is he? He is having everything. And that's why, yes, because he is Ansha of Shivji. And Shivji is the Kruda Avesh Avatar. So जिसका अंश रहेगा वो तो आएगा. हाँ, तो शिवजी भी तो उनको आशुतोष कहा जाता है क्या? जल्दी से जल्दी प्रसन्न भी हो जाते हैं और जल्दी से जल्दी गुस्सा भी हो जाते हैं. क्या है? क्योंकि उनका डिपार्टमेंट ही है ना, भूत प्रेतों का डिपार्टमेंट. किसका? तो हमेशा भूत प्रेतों के साथ में रहते हैं. किसके? शिवजी. हाँ, दुर्वासा है, लेकिन अंश अवतार शिवजी के, इसीलिए क्रोध का आवेश है. लेकिन वो जो भी लीला करते हैं भगवान की इच्छा के अनुसार करते हैं. You have to understand all these personalities, they are Trikaladarshi. What are they? Trikaladarshi. Whatever behavior they do, they know the consequences. ऐसा नहीं है कि उनको मालूम नहीं कि हम अभी करने वाले तो फ्यूचर में क्या होने वाला. हाँ, क्योंकि he wanted to play a role, विलन का रोल. भगवान ने बोला तू विलन बनना, और भगवान ने भक्तों की महिमा बताने के लिए, इसके देखो भक्तों की महिमा बताने के लिए कोई तो विलन बनना पड़ेगा, और वो भी विलन पावरफुल होना चाहिए. पिक्चर के अंदर विलन पावरफुल होगा तो हीरो का वैल्यू है. नहीं तो विलन का वैल्यू क्या है? तो छोटा मोटा विलन तो वैसे ही मार देगा कोई भी. So when the Lord wants to come, he plays his devotees as a villain also, and his devotees as heroes, मतलब partial heroes. And through that leela, Lord wants to reciprocate between the devotees and wants to teach a lesson to all of us. He wants to give a message to all of us. So for us, we should take the message. What we should take? Message is more important for us. So here the mool message is that Lord, why Lakshmi is rejecting? Lakshmi is just showing us that if you want auspiciousness, if you want Lakshmi in your life, you should only keep Narayan. What you should get? Then permanent Lakshmi. Lakshmi means, I again and again say, Shri, prosperity. You know, it is not only money. It deals with everything. Everybody wants prosperity. Everybody wants victory. Everybody wants, vijay or, control. How you will get? When Lord is there. Then Lakshmi and all, we see from the life of Srila Prabhupada. Up to the age of 70, Lord tested him, completely tested him. But he never left the Lord. Ulta, he gave the Lord, it is said, Srila Prabhupada is a Vrindavan person. What is it? Vrindavan. He came from Vrindavan. Huh? And he lived a Vrindavan life. He went to Vrindavan. Huh? He created the books of Vrindavan. And he took that books and Vrindavan in his heart and created Vrindavan outside Vrindavan. He created throughout the world temples which are like Vrindavan. And then after creating Vrindavan throughout the world, he came back to Vrindavan and left the body in Vrindavan and went back to Vrindavan. So that is Srila Prabhupada. But he never left. And what happened? Because Srila Prabhupada never left, what are the glories? You can see Amar glories. Kitna glories ho gaya? Srila Prabhupada's glory will increase in coming 10,000 years. It is not that bhul jayenge koi. It will spread more. Just because, he never left. He never was after Lakshmi. He was always after the Lord. And that's why Lakshmi follows behind him. That is the secret here. If we want Lakshmi, if we want prosperity, if we want victory, we have to catch the Lord. We have to catch Guru. We have to catch, the holy name. We have to catch Bhagwatam. Bhagwatam is having all solutions. Devotees are not interested in all that byproduct. Devotees are interested in Nishchala Bhakti. And that's why they are very dear to them. Do anyone else remember any incident in Mahabharata or in anywhere where all the devatas had came and again the Lord was glorified just to show his position? Or any other place, any other Leela which you can remember? Ashwamedh, Rajasuya. Yudhishthir Maharaj. What happened? All the devatas, all the rishis were invited. And then the Agra Puja had to be done. And Sahadev then got up and started glorifying. Want to read something about that? What Sahadev said? Just to, you can recall. Huh? So let's take, somebody take out the mobile, Vedabase, chapter 10, Canto 10, chapter 74. Let's read. Just to understand what happened during that time, just to see the position of the Lord, why he was glorified. 74. 74. Yeah. 74, shlok number first. You can start reading. Mataji, Param Shakti Mataji.
एवं युधिष्ठिरो राजा जरासन्धवद्धं विभो कृष्णस्य चानुभावं तं कृत्वा पृतस्तं अब्रवीत्.
It is the Rasu Yajna chapter only, na? Yes. So please read it.
Sukadeva Goswami said, having thus heard of feet of Jarasandha and also of Almighty Krishna's wonderful power, King Yudhishthira addressed the Lord as follows to Sukadeva. Sri Yudhishthira Uvacha, Yeshu Strailokyā Guravaः Sarve Loka Maheshwaraः Vahanti Durlabham Labhva Sira Saivanusasanam. So Yudhishthira said, all the exalted spiritual masters of the three worlds, together with the inhabitants and rulers of the various planets, carry on their heads the comet, which is rarely obtained. Sa bhavan aravindaksho deenanakshamanina tatte anusashanam bhumam tad atyanta vidambanam. That you, the Lord, accept the orders of wretched fools, who presume themselves rulers, is a great pretense on your part, O all-pervading one. Nahi ekasya brahmana paramatmanah karmabhir vardhate tejo rasate cha yatha. But of course, the power of the absolute truth, the supreme soul, the primeval one without a second, is neither increased nor diminished by his activities, any more than the sun's power is by its movements.
That's why.
Nahi ekasya dvityasya brahmana paramatmanah karmavir vardate tejo rasate cha yatha ravehe. But of course, the power of the absolute truth, the supreme soul, the primeval one without a second, is neither increased nor diminished by his activities, any more than the sun's power is by its movements.
Text 5, you have to read text 5. Somebody then else can read, start reading after this.
Navaite ajita bhaktanam mamaham iti madhava tvam taveti chananadhi pashunam iva vaikriti. O unconquerable Madhava, even your devotees make no distinctions of I and mine, you and yours, for this is the perverted mentality of animals.
Text 6, Mataji.
Shri Shuka Vacha iti uktva yadiye kale vapre yuktan sarutvijaha krishnanu moditaha partho brahmanana brahmavadinaha. Shukdev Goswami said, having said this, King Yudhishthira waited until the proper time for the sacrifice was at hand. Then with Lord Krishna's permission, he selected suitable priests, all expert authorities on the Vedas, to execute the sacrifice.
7 to 9. Who were present that time in the Rajasuya Yagya? Please read.
Dvaipayano Bharadvaja Sumantu Gortamosvit Asitaha Vashishtascha Vana Kanvo Maitreyaha Kashvashasitaha Vishwamitro Vamadeva Sumarti Jaimini Kratu Pailaha Parasharo Gargo Vaishampayana Evacha Atharva Kashyapo Dhaumyo Ramo Bhargava Surihi Viti Hotro Madhu Chanda Viraseno Kruta Vrana.
Who was present? Please read.
Thus he selected Krishna Dvaipayana, Bharadwaja, Sumantu, Gautam and Asita, along with Vashishta, Kyavana, Kanva, Maitreya, Kavasha and Trita. He also selected Vishwamitra, Vamdeva, Sumati, Jaimini, Kratu, Paila and Parashar, as well as Garga, Vaishampayana, Atharva, Kashyapa, Dhaumya, Rama of the Bhargavas, Asuri, Vitihotra, Madhuchanda, Virasena and Akrita Varana.
Read further. Somebody else can read. Mike.
Chani द्रोण भीष्म कृपादयः धृतराष्ट्रः स्वसूतो विदुरश्च महामतिः ब्राह्मणा क्षत्रिय वैश्यः शूद्रा यज्ञातिदृश्वः तत्रेय सर्वराजानो राज्ञां प्रकृतिय नृपा. O king, others who were invited included Drona, Bhishma, Kripa, Dhritarashtra with his sons, the wise Vidura, and many other Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, all eager to witness the sacrifice. Indeed, all the kings came there with their entourages.
12, 13, 15. 12, 13, 14, 15.
Tataste devayayan Brahmana Swarnalangale Krushtva Tratra Yatha Namnyam Dikshayam Chakrire Drupam. The Brahmana priests then plowed the sacrificial ground with golden plowshares and initiated King Dhritarashtra for the sacrifice. King Yudhishthira for the sacrifice in accordance with the tradition set down by standard authorities.
13 to 15, please read. Somebody else? Will else read? Yes, Mataji.
हरिमा किलो कुलकर्णा वरुणस्य यथा पुरा इंद्रादयो लोकपाला विरंचि भवय संयुतः शगनासित्वगन्धर्वा विद्याधर्महोरकः. सर्वशः राजसूयं समीयो स्वर राज्ञः पाण्डुसुतस्य वै मेनिरे कृष्णभक्तस्य सूपपन्नम् अविस्मितः.
Please read.
Yes. The utensils used in the sacrifice were made of gold, just as in the ancient Rajasuya performed by Lord Varuna. Indra, Brahma, Shiva, and many other planetary rulers, the Siddhas, the Gandharvas, with their entourage.
Who were present? Brahmaji, Shivaji, Indra, Varuna, Shiva. They all were present. Siddhas, Gandharvas,
With their entourage.
Vidyadharas,
Vidyadharas, great serpents, sages, yakshas,
Rakshasas,
celestial birds, kinnaras, karanas, and earthly kings.
all were invited.
All were invited, and indeed they all came from every direction to the Rajasuya sacrifice of King Yudhishthira.
So imagine what may be the position over there when the Rajasuya is performed. All the rishis are there, all the devatas are there, with all their entours are there, and everybody is sitting. And in that, who has to be first puja, Agra puja, has to be done. And Shishupal gets furiated. चोर को कहाँ गया? गौरी को कहाँ से? And he got very much upset. Please read.
They were not in the least astonished to see the opulence of the sacrifice, since it was quite appropriate for a devotee of Lord Krishna.
Yes. For the devotees, for devotee के लिए भगवान सब arrange कर देते. Everybody is there. It is said, नाहं वसामि वैकुंठे योगिनां हृदये च मद भक्ता यत्र गायन्ति तत्र तिष्ठामि नारद. I may be in Vaikuntha or not. That is not a guarantee. Sometime I run away also. When this Hiranyakashipu had came, that time I entered in his heart and he was finding everywhere. उनके हृदय में घुस गया. But he was not able to find me in the Vaikuntha also. Naham vasami Vaikunte yoginam hridayache. The yogis sometime may be able to see me and sometime in the heart. But mad bhakta yatra gayanti, wherever my devotees are जगह जहां भी आ जाएगा ना, आजू बाजू ग्रोथ अपने आप हो जाता है. देखो ये पहले क्या था, एक झोपड़ी था यहाँ पे, और झोपड़ी में से अब ये हो गया है. और आजू बाजू के एरिया को सबसे ज्यादा लाभ हो जाता है, तो प्रॉपर्टी का वैल्यू भी ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है. हाँ, everywhere. What to speak about Pune, Kataraj? Huh? Yeah, entire thing has changed over there. Huh? The properties are shooted up. What? Huh? Vrindavan, yes. वो वृंदावन बाहर का आजू बाजू का पूरा एरिया. So wherever Lord is there, Lakshmi always rebels, and with Lakshmi everything else follows. So here Lord invited everybody, and everybody came. Vidyadhar, Charana, Siddha, Gandharva, Shivji, Brahmaji, and all the devatas are there. All the rishis are there. And in that, who has to be worshipped first? That is now the question that is going to come out. Please read.
Ayayachana Maharajam Yajika Devavarchasam Rajasvena Videva Prachetasama Vimama. Translation: the priests, as powerful as gods, perform the Rajasvena sacrifice for King Yudhishthira in accordance with the Vedic injunctions, just as the demigods had previously performed it for Varuna.
17.
Suttihanya Pranipalo Yajikan Saspatine Apujayama Magan Yatha Susamahitava. On the day of extracting the soma juice, King Yudhishthira properly and very attentively worshipped the priests and the most exalted personalities of the assembly.
Now 18, Mataji, you start reading 18. Agre.
Nadi agachan anarikantya sahadeva sar abrave.
Then Sahadev spoke. He stood up. He's the smallest, but he stood up in the sabha. तो छोटा करके बोलता है तो उतना कोई ध्यान नहीं देता है. बड़ा कोई होगा तो बड़े में छोटे छोटे कोई बोलते. तो Sahadev, being the smallest among the Pandavas, he got up and he started glorifying about Lord. Read.
The members of
Bhagwatam pati esha vaidevata sarva deshakala dhana adaya. Sahadev said, certainly it is Achyuta, the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Chief of the Yadavas, who deserves the highest position. In truth, he himself comprises all the demigods worshipped in sacrifice, along with such aspects of the worship as the sacred place.
Before coming to ISKCON, we thought that Lord Krishna ये विष्णु के अवतार है. वो उनके एक 10 अवतार में से एक अवतार है. क्या बोले? But when we come in a Guru Parampara system, and when we properly study scrutinizingly, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Guru and Acharya, then we understand Ekeche Ansha Kala Pumsam Krishna Su Bhagavan. All the 22 avatars were mentioned in Bhagavatam. And then, Vyasadeva says, don't consider Krishna to be an avatar, but he's the avatari. Eteche Ansha Kala Punsa. Yeah, it is either Ansha or Kala Punsa. Krishna Stu Bhagavan Swayam. What is it? But Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. From him all other comes. And he showed in the Leelas. He showed in the Virat Rupa. In the Virat Rupa, what did he show? He showed the entire universe inside him. All the 33 crores devas inside him. All the Jivatmas inside him. All the Rishis inside the body of Lord. And after seeing that, Arjuna is perplexed. अरे बाप रे, हाथ जोड़ने लगे, आगे से हाथ जोड़ रहा है, पीछे से हाथ जोड़ रहा है, ऊपर से हाथ जोड़ रहा है, and then says, please forgive me, I was thinking like my friend, आपको सखा मानता था, साथ में बैठते थे, खाते थे, क्षमा करो. So he showed in the Brahma Vimohan Leela also, when Brahmani took, at that time also he showed to Brahmani that all these powers, all these dwaras are Adi Narayan. What are they? And from him all the Brahmajis are coming. From all him the 33 crore Devtas are coming. From all him all the entire Srishti is coming. He showed that. In front of him, he created the entire Srishti. And then next time, within few minutes, he also recalled everything back. And seeing this creation and destruction in few minutes, Brahmaji got perplexed. और सर जोड़ के वो गोविंद कुंड के वहां वो सर जोड़ के गिर गए. We go at the Govind Kund. It is the same place where he fell down and he's coming, and then he's with his forehead. He says that if somebody, we are called as jantus. India, हम लोग को जंतु में गिनती करते हैं. if कोई जंतु बोलता है कि उन लोग ने भगवान को समझ लिया है, तो वो समझे. मैं 4 सर वाला मैं नहीं समझ पाया. So here again, Sahadev in front of all the sabha, with everybody is there, he is glorifying and trying to prove that yes, he is the cause of, Krishna is the cause of all causes. Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Adira Govinda Sarva Karana Karan. Chaitanya Charitamrita says that first Lord Krishna is there, then Balramji comes, and then from Balramji the Chaturvyu comes, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Narayan, and from then again Narayan, one and more Chaturvyu comes, and from that Narayan comes Mahashankarshan. Then Mahashankarshan, then Mahavishnu, then from Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Kshirodakshay Vishnu. All these expansions are there. So we come through proper channel and Shastra, then we understand Krishna Stu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Adi Bhagavan, and from him everything comes. Please read.
Yad atmakam idam vishvam kratavascha yad atmakaha agnir ahutayo mantra sankyam yogascha yad paraha eka eva dvitiyo asa aitat atmyam idam jagat atman atma ashrayah sabhyah srajayati avati hanti ajaha. This entire universe is founded upon him, as are the great sacrificial performances with their sacred fires.
He is saying this entire universe is coming from him. He is the founding. We say Sahadev in front of everybody. Then
oblations and mantras. Sankhya and yoga both aim toward him. And
if somebody is practicing Sankhya, somebody is practicing yoga, the aim of that yoga or aim of that Sankhya is to achieve Lord Krishna. Vasudeva para Veda, Vasudeva para Maka, Vasudeva para Yoga, Vasudeva param Jnanam, Vasudeva param Gati. Is
the one without a second. O assembly members, that unborn Lord, relying solely on himself, creates, maintains, and destroys this cosmos by his personal energies, and thus the existence of this universe depends on him alone.
22.
Vividha aniha karmani janayan yad avekshaya ihate yad ayam sarvaha sveyo dharmadi lakshanam. He creates the many activities of this world, and thus by his grace the whole world endeavors for the ideals of religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation.
23.
Tasmat Krishnaya mahate diyatam parama arhanam evam chet sarva bhutanam atmanascha arhanam bhavet. Therefore, we should give the highest honor to Krishna, the Supreme Lord. If we do so, we will be honoring all living beings and also our own selves.
24.
Sarvabhutatma bhutaya krishnaya anyadarshine deyam shantaya purnaya dattasyantyam ichhata. Anyone who wishes this honor he gives to be reciprocated infinitely should honor Krishna, the perfectly peaceful and perfectly complete soul of all beings, the Supreme Lord, who views nothing as separate from himself.
25.
Iti uktva sahadeva abhut tusnim Krishna anubhavavet tat srutva tutushva sarve sadhu sadhva iti saptamaha. Sukadev Goswami continued, having said this, Sahadeva, who understood Lord Krishna's powers, fell silent, and having heard his words, all the saintly persons present congratulated him, exclaiming, excellent, excellent.
26.
Srutva dvijeritam raja gyatva hardam sabhasadam samarhayat rishikesham pritaha pranaya vipwalaha. The king was delighted to hear this pronouncement of the Brahmanas, from which he understood the mood of the entire assembly. Overwhelmed with love, he fully worshipped Lord Krishna, the master of the senses.
27 and 28.
Tatpadam avani jyapaha sirasaloka sa bharyaha sanu jamatyaha sa kutumba bahan muda Vashobhi pita kaushaye bhushane cha mahadhane arhayit vasru purnaksho nasakat samaveksitam. After bathing Lord Krishna's feet, Maharaj Yudhishthira joyfully sprinkled the water upon his own head and then upon the heads of his wife, brothers, other family members, and ministers. That water purifies the whole world. As he honored the Lord with presentations of yellow silken garments and precious jeweled ornaments, the king's filled
Eyes.
eyes prevented him from looking directly at the Lord.
Haribol. So here we stop this thing. So again we come back to Samudra Manthan. We are from Rajasri Yagya, we jump back Samudra Manthan. And we will see now here the shlokas are complete. So what is the 23rd shloka? Please read the 23rd shloka, Matali. Canto 8, chapter 8, text 23.
Evam vimbrusha vyabhichari sadgunai.
Evam vibrisha vivichari satgunair
Param nijaiva srayataya.
Ramamukunda nirapeksham ikshitam. Read the translation, Mataji.
Sukadev Goswami continued. In this way, after full deliberations, the goddess of fortune accepted Mukunda as her husband, because although he is independent and not in want of her, he possesses all transcendental qualities and magic powers and is therefore the most desirable.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. So here सभी को देख के रिजेक्ट करके लास्ट में बोले इनमें भी एक फॉल्ट है. He doesn't want me. Nirapekshitam. Everybody wants me, but he doesn't want me. That is the only fault. Or Mala. So this is one of the most important leelas in in all the leelas. The vivah of Lakshmi ji with the Lord. Swayamvar leela. And it is said, इसका जो रोज पाठ करता है लक्ष्मी जी का बहुत कृपा बनता है. क्या? Yes, the Shruti fal is given like that. इसको लक्ष्मी जी का कृपा चाहिए तो ये पाठ करते रहना चाहिए. विवाह का पाठ.
Thursday पहले 10 मिनट हम लोग पाठ
But again, we are not interested in the Shruti Phala. But if somebody is really in the want, then Bhagavatam is called the Amala Puran. What is it? It can bestow whatever you desire. Kai is Sakshat. There is no difference between Krishna and Bhagavatam. And whatever the words are said, it's not different. Okay, so we'll try to, it's 9 o'clock now. We'll try to recall this entire episode, what happened about Lakshmi Ji, and what is the main thing that we learned. In 5 minutes, we'll try to recall. What are the main things and whom Lakshmi Ji rejects? How many people Lakshmi Ji rejects? First, for what? For anger. Then, Shukracharya for attachment to family. Then, lust. Brahmaji, Chandra and Indra. Then, dependent on the Lord. 4 Kumars. No. Then, Jamanagni and Parshurama. In the sequence will be good. No compassion for living entities. Margi. Then, no, Shivji is last. Then Shivi Maharaj. Tyag. Renunciation. For that also, because it will not give ultimate mukti. That is the word that is used. Then, Kartavir Arjuna. Then 4 Kumars. Then Markandeya Rishi. Then Hiranyakashipu. And then Shivji. Last is Shivji. Rejects. अमंगल है, उनका वेशभूषा कैसा है? अमंगल है. That's why I reject. And I only accept, like, but there is also one fault. What is that? He doesn't want. He is independent. And what we learned in the Rajsu Yajna? Who were present? All the rishis, all the devatas, Gandharvas, Charans, Yaksha, Asuras, Pakshis, Garuda ji aate hain. Kag Bhushandi hai. Great people are there. So all they were present, and Sahadev, what did Sahadev say? Yes. And what was the seva Lord was doing in the Rajsuya Yajna? क्या कर रहे थे? ये जितने लोग आए थे उनके चप्पल की सेवा कर रहे थे. चरण धो के चप्पल साइड में लेके चरण धो रहे थे. And that's why हम बोलते हैं हमारी जो सेवा है ना, जो चप्पल की सेवा ग्रेट है जन्माष्टमी के टाइम. In ये सरदार जी गुरुद्वारा, that is the seva they try to take. Yes. Yeah, that seva. So what is the Lord trying to teach us?
Menial seva is also.
No. बोलते हैं कोई भी सेवा भगवान की आप लोग, वो सब बराबर. झाड़ू वाली भी सेवा और मैं यहाँ पे क्लास दे रहा हूँ वो भी सेवा सेम बराबर. There is nothing, great or differ. And that is what we learn. Everything is absolute in the spiritual world. Spiritual world में there is no envious. It is said the koel can speak very nicely over there. Koel and many birds are there who can speak. But when the bhaura is coming, he immediately stop. Why? Because let her speak, let her sing. We do not want to disturb. That is the bhav. Yeah, they look up. बोलते उसको बोल ले तो वो बोले घूम कर ले उसका सुनने दो. That is the bhav. Everybody appreciates. Everybody tries to raise others. And that is what here Rajasuya Yajna, even though he is the supreme, he is doing what? Supal seva. And that's why no any seva in Krishna consciousness we should do it with great, with pride, and what you say with great enthusiasm. Jo mila, हमको जो सेवा मिला, we should try to take it. नहीं हमको ये सेवा चाहिए, ये सेवा चाहिए. We know Hanuman ji, he was the hero in Ramayana, but in Mahabharata he go to झंडे पे बैठने की सेवा. ठीक है? भाई झंडे पे बैठे रहो, झंडे पे खाली. हाँ? तो कोई बोल सकता है I was the hero रामायण का. इतना सेवा मिला था. यहाँ पे क्या सेवा है? खाली चिल्लाने का सेवा है. क्या? He used to, when Bhima used to shout, that time Hanuman ji also used to shout. Roar. वो खाली उस पर बैठ के roaring करते. क्या करते? So what I'm trying to say, see Hanuman ji. Hanuman ji is stronger than Bali Maharaj. बाली है, बाली से बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग थे, मगर उनके सर्वेंट बन गए पूरी लाइफ. बाली से. Why servant? Because he had given vachana to his guru. And who is his guru? Surya Dev. Surya Dev is guru from him whom he learned. शिक्षा पाए. और कैसे शिक्षा पाए थे? सूर्य देव से I do not have time. I am always roaming. So I will be running, you run backward, and I will be speaking. तो सूर्य देव आगे आगे जा रहे थे और वो पीछे पीछे कोई स्पीड से जा रहे थे और उसमें वो शिक्षा पूरा एक साथ प्राप्त की. एंड देन प्लस गुरु दीक्षिणा चाहिए. बोलते मेरा जो पुत्र है उसकी हमेशा रक्षा है. हाँ, सुग्रीव और बाली का था. तो सुग्रीव more powerful than Bali. What I'm trying to say is more powerful than Bali, but he was serving as a servant to Sugriv. Why? Because of Vachana. So devotees will try to become, and that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, who is one who says that he is my devotee is not a devotee, but who is my devotee's devotee is my real devotee. This is mentioned in the Adi. जो मेरे भक्तों का भक्त है वो मेरा वास्तविक भक्त है. बाकी जो कहता है कि मैं भक्त कृष्ण का, भाई तू भक्त रह जाओ. Lord cannot be approached directly. You have to become das, and that is the parampara system. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. 5 minutes kirtan, and then Hare Krishna,